Resources Services. Tell us about that.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Joe. Hey, John.
Hey, good morning.
Good to meet you.
Good to see you.
H3R basically is a human resources outsourcing and consulting firm I've been running for about 12 years. I'm Canadian. I'm down from Toronto.
We won't hold that against you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I came down to Charlotte full-time in just this past October. I had been back and forth for a couple of years. Really started coming down here as a result of building a motorsports practice in my business. And between essentially needing to be here full-time to really get any play in that space from the NASCAR community, and just falling in love with the area down here, it made sense to relocate. So that took a little while to make everything happen in terms of work visas and selling houses in Canada and such.
Yeah, building a business is tough enough.
It is.
To have to make yourself legal in addition is
right.
is a challenge.
And you know the Great Lakes are a little cold to swim across and come in illegally. So so we tried to do it the right way. But it's it's really the third generation of startup for me. I started my first business that H3R was, as a corporation, was part of. Then I split off to fully on my own in H3R in Canada, and now starting over again down here. So it's I guess I'm more restless than risk averse sometimes.
You know, Michael, you said something, and I know you were joking, serious about it, but it is such a true statement. And you said, Joe, I just got down here to North Carolina, and lo and behold, I got to deal with this I-77 stuff that's going on, and then the HB2 thing starts happening. And he listed like 5 or 6 things that are happening in our state, and he said, and I chose to move here and pack up my entire family and everything and bet on this area, how scary and risky that is. And I know you were kind of joking seriously, but that's the reality for all of us who start a small business. I've heard people, matter of fact, John Bradford has said many times, I'm all in. I live here, I work here, and those statements are so true for us. I mean, talk about that, because it is a scary time to make that call.
Oh, it is. And one of the things, I did a lot of due diligence on making, really on the risk assessment of coming down here and looking at, outside of the racing community, looking at the core market for myself, which was small business and nonprofits, and looking at essentially the trends for small business. And I think it was 2 years ago, Charlotte was number 5 in the country for small business. And there was a lot of really positive momentum in the area that reinforced the decision and said, yeah, this is going to work. This can work down here. And then it is kind of funny because, you get down here and all these things start happening, and you just go,
you need to talk to a politician.
Yeah, exactly. You're going, of course they're happening.
Or he created some of the problem,
Well, maybe. You can blame me for the cold. You can blame me for the cold, but not necessarily. You can't blame me for HB2.
I tell all of you guys that come from up north of any kind, we don't mind y'all coming, but you got to change your voting habits. There
you go. Well, as soon as I'm legally eligible to vote down here, you can be my consultant on that. But no, I think it's not so much the individual items that are killer. It's more the feel. It's more you want to create momentum. You've always got momentum, positive or negative. And when you get a whole bunch of negative things in the press and media and everything going on, it just risks lowering business confidence and small business confidence. I have enough trouble getting folks to spend money proactively on doing HR and people management better. Most of what they buy from me is really a distress purchase. So something bad happens and they go, oh boy, I guess we better put some money into this HR stuff and fix this so we don't get sued again, or so we don't have another $30 or $40 or $50,000.
Oh, that's interesting. I wouldn't have thought of that. That's interesting.
So welcome to my world.
Well, exactly.
Got to be a problem before they come to you.
Well, exactly. And so you want the less problems, the more positive outlook that you've got. People are more willing, and small business owners especially, are more willing to invest in their business and in the future of their business, be it websites or be it people. And unfortunately, most business owners go, people are our most valuable resource, yet that's the last thing that they invest money in. So that's always the challenge.
Yeah, Wayne and I know this because we work with a lot of small business people. Personnel issues are the number one problematic thing that happens when you sit down and talk with them. But they probably spend the least amount of time planning in advance for that, and you do that. I mean, it is what you do. I really like this industry. Talk a little bit about how you do make contact with a new client and get them to see that the proactive approach to this is positive.
I wish there was a lot more.
I didn't mean it to be a trick question.
No, it is a trick question. I wish it is a trick question. Again, because most of our contact is distress. There's something bad happening. You do get some positive through networking groups, through things like HOT, through Lake Norman Small Business Network, through the chambers, which I'm a member of Mooresville and Lake Norman. So you get a chance to proactively talk to business owners. You get to sit beside John and talk to him about his business and go, okay, you got 50 people, great. These are kind of challenges. And really through those conversations,
get ready, John. He's getting ready to hit you up.
Yeah,
for a contract.
Yeah, no, I'm going to slip one of my cards into his pocket.
As soon as he said 50 people, you said, all right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's absolutely perfect client. But it's really those kind of meetings and just opportunities to chat about their business that then you can kind of, it's not necessarily educate, but you can just increase the awareness of, hey, you can do these kinds of things, these people management related things, and do this stuff better and get better results from your team.